Welcome everybody to our latest DevTalk. It's been a little bit over a month since we did a DevTalk because we were focused on creating the AI agent. So thank you all for being part of today's event. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Gus Oliveira from Back4app, and I'm here with both Alison Mello and David Machado, who are the two co-founders of Back4app and the brains behind the Back4app agent. So what I wanted to do today with you guys is just have a conversation with our community about the Back4app AI agent. Want to talk everything about how we came up with the idea, what was done, why, what you guys can expect from the agent. And we're even going to do a little walkthrough to get you guys started in case you have any questions, or if you haven't just tried out the tool yet. So that's pretty much how it's going to work for today. At any time, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to add them to the Q&A window at the bottom of the screen. There's a little button, you can click on it, and the Q&A window is going to open so you guys can ask your questions, and then we'll answer them live. All right. So to get started, also some people sent us some questions. We're going to go through them as well. So one of the things that we wanted to start off with is, talking a little bit about the agent. So Davi and Alison, what would you describe was the core problem or the need that, we identified in the market that led to the creation of the AI agent?
Okay, so yeah, let me get start with that. So first of all, welcome everybody. In introducing myself a little bit, my name is Davi Macedo. I'm co-founder and CEO at Back4app. I'm also like an engineer and a developer since I was 13 years old. Also part of the Parse open source community. So yeah, so I like to be like developing and doing like new technical stuff, and that's like my main job at Back4app as well. Um, and yeah, so answering Gustavo's question, so we basically when we started Back4app back in 2015. The main idea of Back4app was like to boost the developers' productivity, so make them like uh, uh, more productive, more like speed up like how they can like create software and how they can build software faster and also in a better way. And back then, like the main idea was around dashboard, point and click, so kind of low code platform that you guys, I'm pretty sure that you are used to use on our at Back4app. So it's point and click and how you build these things. But we believe that the next generation of the platform as a service product, so the way they're going like to be on the future, it's going like to change, right? So it's not going like to only be like dashboard and point and click anymore, but also more conversational and more like towards like AI capabilities. And that's what we are trying like to achieve with the AI agent. So basically help you guys to continue building software faster and better, but now on a new way using like a new interface.
Yeah, just let me just to complement. Let me say also hi to everybody that's here. My name is Alison. I'm also a co-founder at Back4app, but working on mainly on with the product. And we have been like discussing this internally, and I think that a word that can summarize what we wanna do is to help you guys, the users, to ship your products, your software faster and better to production in a, of course, in a scalable way with all the in a professional platform. So yeah, I would say that mainly this word like ship, help you guys ship your solution is our final goal, I would say.
All right, perfect. Now, so since the focus is helping developers ship their softwares, their app in a better and more productive manner, more efficient manner, what are some of the key features that were developed for the agent, and how do these features help facilitate the development process, the scaling of apps, and the shipping as well?
Yeah, so the agent itself, it's a conversational agent right now, but also an executional agent. So the main difference when you use like our agent or use like any other like LLM model is like our agent is not only able like to give you guidance on how to do things, but it can actually build things and create things. And like the main of course, like it can create things using our products, the backend as a service, and also like the containers as a service. It can do like deployments on the containers as a service, and can create like a database on the database as a service, or help you with cloud code on that as well. But it can also help you like to create code, and and that's possible because behind like the agent, we give like to the agent the capability of spinning up development environment. So think about like the agent as having like a development environment, like a PC like yours, that it can use like to install any software and can actually create code, execute code, and afterwards it can like send this code like to a GitHub repository, or actually using any other tool or feature that you might want. So I'd say that like the agents, its the capabilities are pretty broad. It's if and like it can go like as far as your creativity goes.
Great. Allison, you want to add anything to it?
Yeah, I think David covered that very well. So yeah, I would say that the agent is like built on top of the Back4app products, like the containers and backend. But I would say that the special sauce, like the magic, happens on that developer environment, where you can basically you have a machine connected to the agent, so you can like execute and create software on the cloud. So that's amazing. Like that's we are on a new era of software development, and yeah, that's it.
Great. Now, Allison, as everyone in here today and everyone that's going to be watching this on YouTube, especially our users, as you know, they've experienced, user feedback is extremely important to us. And it's something that we are trying constantly to ask users, you know, for their feedbacks, both positive and negative, so we can improve on what we've already built and see what else we can build in the future. How has the user feedback that we've gotten in the past influenced the evolution and the development of the AI agent?
Sure. Thanks for that question, Gus. Yeah. Talking to users basically on our DNA. So I think that you guys have like, if you guys are using like the AI agent, probably you have like, you had received some emails from me, but I've been talking to like a lot of users, both long-term users and more recent users, and trying to understand their use cases. Some of them are using EA agent to create complete applications, others to optimize like their cloud code, like make a review and improve performance for that cloud code, and others to deploy the applications on containers. And actually, we are like focused.
I think Allison's call just dropped.
Yeah, let me try like to complement that. So
Mhm.
yeah, so what we're trying to do, I think first of all, it's important like to share that like in this new era of building like agents and chats, it's still like very hard to like to get a feedback, and much harder than when we compare like to building like a mobile application or web application. So let's say if I have like a dashboard and I have like a new feature, it's easy like to measure like if people are succeeding using that feature, or how many clicks they have, or if there is like any kind of bug. But in this new year of like conversational agents, it's much harder. So we don't really know if people are succeeding when like trying to do tasks with the agent. And yeah, so it's really hard like to have this kind of metrics and improve like the agent only based on metrics. So that's why it's even more important now like to have this close relationship with the users and understand from them, and try like to understand what they are trying to do, their use cases, where they are succeeding, where they are not, and what we can do like to improve the agents to have like less friction, or make it smarter, or have like new tools for the agent like to create things faster. So yeah, so that's what we are trying to do, and it's very important like to have this feedback. So whenever you guys have like an idea or any difficulty or anything that you want like to share, let us know via tickets or via the agent itself, or send us a note. We also have like a Slack community. We are over there like all of us, so you can also reach out to us. Yeah, Alison, you back, right?
Yeah,
You
I have like internet feature here on my end. So yeah, I think that you complemented the answer, but yeah, I would say that we are eager to know more about your experience using the agent. So please share your feedback with us.
Yeah, and now going back to our users, one of the questions that one of the users sent me was in regards to different skill levels that are not just our agent, but our platform in general appeals to. So, for example, is the agent and our platform only for experienced developers, or in you guys' opinion, it's for developers from all levels and all walks of life?
Yes, since the beginning of Back4app, like our goal is to boost the developers' productivity. So our end user is and always going like to be the developers. That's what we want to do. We want like to have like this agent that will be an assistant for the developers, and they will be able like to do more and more efficiently and better. So that's the main idea. And at this point in time, I would say that the one using like the agent need to really knows what's like the final goal, and what's going on like behind the scenes, you know, and you need like to understand the development life cycle and ask like the right questions, right? So if you just come like to the agent and say, hey, I want like to build a social network, do that for me, it's probably not going like to work. So you and that's like the developer and the engineers responsibility like to break like this big problem down on smaller pieces, and give like these smaller chunks of work to the agent, so the agent can successful successfully build the final project. So that's the idea. But we do see some people with less or no technical background also building software towards like the agent and all other products as well, and succeeding on that and having something on production. Yep. So, and the way we believe that also like the agent will evolve is like more and more like to be able like to do more complex stuff, you know, so you don't have like all these working breaking down so much. So that's how we see in the future. So it being able like to be smarter, and it being able like to break it down like more complex stuff like by itself. Alison, wanna add something?
Yeah, I think that you covered, but at this moment, if you can give more details when prompting about uh, what you want the agent to do, like imagine you are dealing with someone who is like junior developer or junior software engineer, and you are asking to perform tasks. So break bigger tasks into small tasks and detail those small tasks as much as you can. Of course, you're not going to write like a lot of instruction, but yeah, you can. The message is give the path, and the agent can follow the path and save you your time to complete that task.
Great. Now, one of the other questions somebody asked me as well was in terms of support and resources. The question was, what kind of support and resources do we currently have available for users who encounter any difficulties while they're using the platform?
Alison, wanna do that
Supporting,
one?
yeah, I would say that it's better to ask the agent. It sounds like a joke, but the agent is he knows what he is able to do, and if you ask, probably it will answer with a detailed answer. And if you want to break down into like if you want to go deeper on a specific topic on how to do something with the agent, he is the best one to answer this. But what I think that can help is to understand the main components of the agents and give and see some use cases that are more common. And those kind of materials are available on our documentation. And of course, we have also some prompting guides on the agent interface. But I think that the most important thing is to understand the agent structure, and you can understand this structure reading our documentation, and then use the prompting library to perform your to have like a reference on how to write effective prompts to the agent, you know. I would say that.
Yeah, and of course, like in addition to that, we also have like the Zendesk, right? Our ticketing system. So if you have like any difficulty or anything you want to share or any question, you can go over there. And also like the Slack community. I think it's a good way also to get some insights.
Yeah, another good way that we have for insights is our YouTube channel. Alex has been posting now weekly videos, and the latest ones have been focused on the agent. So there are a lot of tips and tricks that you can see Alex performing in our video, so you guys can do your research and take what he's doing on the video and try to implement it yourselves as well. One of the last questions that we have here is regarding the future of the agent. Now, this is something that it's kind of hard to predict down to the date, but what are the enhancements and updates that people can expect from the agent, both short-term, mid-term, and long-term?
Yeah, so I think like so first of all, like our roadmap is kind of live, right? So like we talked like in one of the previous questions, so we are talking to customers and trying like, to understand how they're using and what to prioritize. So so yeah, so we are like changing the roadmap and like prioritizing things like as we talk to the users. But like overall, like the main idea now is like so the next steps are going like to be like reduce the friction in some of the tasks. So there are some tasks that like the agent can do, and but in some of them are very common use cases, but the agent still struggles like trying like many times till like it get it right. So we are trying like to optimize these things like for the most common use case, like make like the agent to be able like perform those tasks with less friction. So that's one of the things and the main one I'd say. But later on, what's going like to be nice on the agent, like at this point in time, it's still like a conversational agent. So you need like to be talking and chatting with the agent so it can like perform tasks. And what we are going like to do next is like to make the agent autonomous. So you will not be needed like to be talking all the time. You can create like a task list, and like the agent will be able like to tackle this task list like independently, and will just like point you out when they have like some question also or some kind of difficulty. So that's one of the things. And in order like to talk to the agent, we will also offer like different channels to do that. So it will not only be our own website, but you will be able like to talk to the agent via Slack, for example, or even like via GitHub. So you can open an issue and like assign like that issue to the agent. So that's like the idea of the autonomous agent. And what else? Yeah, I think those are like the main things I have like on top of my head like for the next steps. Alison, do you like to add something more?
Yeah, I would say that the final goal is help you guys ship your software products in a more effective and efficient way. And in terms of the agent, we are going to do this that we mentioned. And of course, everything is changing very quickly, and we have like a lot of different models to help us to achieve LLM models and machine learning models to help us to achieve this goal. And yeah, we will be like improving this agent from time to time, with our own models, with other models, and but always with the goal is always to help you guys ship your products, your software in a more efficient way, I would say.
Perfect. Now, one of the things people want to see is exactly how the agent works. So what do you guys say? David, you want to take it want to take the agent for a quick ride and share your screen so people can see what the agent can do and how it works?
Yeah, I can show you. We can try like to do like some questions and ask like some tasks. Let's see how it works. Let me see. How can I do that? So let me share my window here. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, so let's go. Yeah, so you have like the dashboard. So on my Back4app account, so you will always find like the agent like on the top menu. I have like some agents, but let's start with this one. I called like this agent webinar. Move this like to the side. So this is like the prompt library that Alison talked about. So here there are like some ideas of what you can do and what you can ask like to the agent. And we will improve like this prompt library. So it's going to like to be much bigger than that, and we'll have like lots of ideas of what you can do. But essentially, the idea here is like you can ask like any DevOps task, and in like these DevOps tests can be like related to our own products, like to the backend as a service or the container as a service product, but also not related to them. So you have like both things that you can do. But let's start with like small things. So let's say I want to create an app to store I don't know, football matches results. Can you create parse app for me with a table to store that? Please also populate with Super Bowl results of the last 5 years, maybe. So here we see like the agent trying like to execute things. So the first thing that it's going like to do here is like actually to create a parse app that later on is going to be available on our dashboard, and you can see that. Then I expect it will create like a table and with the right fields and also populate with the data. And by the way, I'm like live doing that. I didn't test that before, so I'm confident it's going like to work. But let's see. This first step takes like a little bit more time because like we are like spinning up the new app, and like you guys know, on the backend as a service platform. So when you create a new app at Back4app, we create the API, the database. So it takes a little bit of time. Now the app's created, and it looks like it's now creating like the schema.
Yeah, David, while that's going on, we have a question here from
Yeah,
Mark.
sure.
He wants to know, I just want to ask why the agent still asks for me to enter my credentials despite having my full authorization given.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I think most of the time it should. I don't know exactly what kind of credentials it's asking. Um, Maybe if you can reach out us like on a ticket and tell us like a little bit more about like what's the use case and like what's the prompt and what kind of credentials it's asking. um Sometimes, you know, right, like these models, they hallucinate a little bit. So and it sometimes it thinks it doesn't have the information. So if you and sometimes like the best way to do next is like what I do when I have like this kind of difficulty. I say they say you have that. Look again, you have, you don't need to ask me that, you have that. So sometimes it makes like the agent like to solve the problem this way. But yeah, but for this specific case, it would be better if you get like some more details on that. Yeah, so here it created like the app and create like the results. So it looks like we have something here. But I want to see, right, how can I see that on the dashboard? See if it will give me like the link. Okay, so here goes. Let's open like the dashboard and see this table. It's our parse dashboard on our backend as a service product. What's the name of the app? They don't. Okay, now. Excellent screen. Okay, now it goes. Yeah, so it creates like a class for us with the score, the teams, who was like the winner, And yeah, that's great. It could be better than that, right? I didn't give like so much details, but and I could even ask them like to change, but maybe I want to like these two teams like to be like in two separate columns or like they score as well. So if you give like more details, it will be able like to be more efficient on what exactly what you want. But you can ask to change as well. Let's try like to split the teams. Let's see. Can you split the teams in two columns and also score? The score. Let's see what we have then.
Yeah, Davi, Mark just followed up here saying that it usually happens when he asks the agent to provide him curl whenever the agent made an API or cloud function. He says he's really in love with it and has learned many new things.
Okay, great. Yeah. In this case, like it should know like it has access to know the application ID and also the key, so it should be able like to call like an API call like using curl. In the sometimes it might forget like for a while, but maybe you can ask like the agency, hey, check my keys, you have access, so try like to find my app and grab like the keys from there.
Yeah, that we have seen this problem back when we had our plugin on OpenAI, but when we implemented the agent, we have made a lot of improvements in order to have like more memory for specific keys and yeah, those kind of information. So my question for you is, are you still having this kind of problem, or it is like solved?
Yeah, let's see. So and continuing here, so yeah, so now it's split like the columns. You still have like the old ones. I could now ask like the agent like to delete these columns, but let's keep that and let's move forward. But now we have like separate like columns for the score and the teams. That's good. We also have like the winner. We could ask like the teams actually to be on a separate table and create like a pointer or a relationship. It would do that, so you can do like more sophisticated approach. And that's what I was referring like early on when I told that it's better like this agent it's an assistant that's very good like for a more experienced developer that knows what they want like to do at the end of the day, right? And you ask like the right questions and ask like a better architecture and use it pointers and using relationship. So it's our job like to create the best architecture for our application. It's the agent job like to actually build things. So that's the idea. Now let's move like to the development environment, right? Which is like one of the funniest part. So uh, now create a development environment. I want, uh, let's say, create a folder, install Node.js, npm, and create an Express.js app with web page that returns maybe hello world, just to get started. To create these development environments and set up like for Node.js development, and then like create like a bootstrap like an Express.js app and create like later on we can ask like it like instead of like hello world, can you grab me like some data from the database? So that's what I'm planning to do. Let's see how it goes. But first, let's start with the hello world. Okay, we have something here. Okay, that's great. And what's good, it actually created code, and we can ask like the agent like to actually start the server and test. So can you start the server and use curl to test if it's actually working? Okay, Express now is listening on port 3000. Just like the result. It's going to use curl like to test. Okay, that's great. Okay, that's great. Now, instead of hello world, print out an HTML table with the Super Bowl results. Send another prompt here. Can you restart the server and test if it's actually working? So when it here it will create like a queue of tasks, so it will only like start like the second task and like the first one is done. But I can save like some time, like sending like the next task here, and it will start like right away. Another interesting thing is it's like if you have like a paying account, you can have like multiple agents, and you can have like these multiple agents working on the same development environment or different development environments, or and like the same Back4app app, the same GitHub repository, so you can make them like collaborate and more stuff in a faster way. Any other question, Gustavo, while we wait? So, and that's the idea, right? So, we don't want like to. The idea here is like you ask the agent and you go work on your stuff, or you are also collaborating, or also like creating software or doing or talking like to another agent while like it works for us. And by the way, you can even like refresh or leave like the dashboard and come like later on. So the agent will continue executing like on the background until it finishes like the tasks.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Following up here from Mark, he said, so what I do, please fetch my credentials, and then I will tell it in my next prompt. Okay, please use those keys. And he said he would also wanted to ask about the environment. He wants to know if those environments created by the agent, if they will not be deleted. He's saying that he's thinking that it might be one factor of making the agent hallucinate, that there might be something in the past that might trigger it and get it confused.
Mm-hmm. So if those created by the agent won't be deleted. Um, you mean like old environments could make like the agent like to hallucinate? I don't think so, unless it's stuff like using the the environment again, right? Eventually, like those environments are will be like deleted, But at this point in time, like you can keep like them as many as you want, and we always have like the option like to ask like the 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 agents or even like a new agent to continue using like an existing development environment or create a new one. So yeah, maybe like when using an existing one, it can forget what it has done before. That might be some kind of difficulty. Let me see here. How's the progress so far? Okay, we have an HTML. Looks like we had like some problem. Okay. Okay, it looks like it worked. Yeah, next step we can ask like the agent like to push this code to GitHub, for example. So let me. We have like a Back4app dev account here. We'll create like a repository for that. Um, football. Just let me create. It's easy like to create like the HTTPS or just like do that. I think if we copy like this URL, it's going like to understand. And let's try. Now, please initialize Git and add this repository as origin and push the code. Let's see what it's going to do. So some of the tests still have like some friction, like I told you, and those are like the main things that we are trying like to improve right now. Git like Git integration is still something that sometimes we see like the agent is struggling a little bit, but afterwards it can do. So basically, like the agent has the development environment that can install like anything and software, including Git or the also the GitHub CLI, and it can like perform tasks. Let's see what's going like to on. So okay, yeah, that's true. It doesn't have access because I haven't installed like the GitHub app yet. Can you give me the link for installing the GitHub, the Back4app GitHub app? Or I can, yeah. Okay, let's install. I think the link is wrong. Let me do like a different way. Because afterwards, like my goal is like to deploy on containers. So let me open here the containers dashboard and grab like the link from here. So I can create an app. I think, yeah. So edit GitHub permissions. I will do that. I will install like on this account. Code. What's that? Install all repositories. Let's see. Okay, now I think it's going like to be able like to do. Let's see. we already have some code here. No, don't have code. No, it's to execute. Let's see. Okay, now we have code. That's the product that the agent generates so far. You have like index.js. So in the same line, that's something that you can also ask like the agent like to improve, like this formatting or install links, and also like put like the node models on the Git. You know, so lots of things that can be improved here in terms of like the code that generated, but what it can do. Let's try to deploy that. Can you deploy the project? Okay, I need a Docker file. Can you create the Docker file for me? It's going to start a new deployment. Let's see if it's going to work now. Maybe you'll see that on my dashboard. Let's see. Let me click on my apps. Football results should be here. So, someplace. It's here. Back4app containers. Yeah, I think it's deployed. Let's see what it says. Okay, great. Here's the link. Let's open. Okay. Could be prettier, right? But it's done. And yeah, and we can go from here. Yeah, so that's the main idea. So you can ask tasks like regarding like the Back4app products or regarding like development, and like the agents can help you like create those things.
All right, perfect. Well, we're getting close to the end here. I want to say thank you, everybody, for taking part in the Dev Talk today. It was great to be back after a month hiatus. Thank you, Allison, for taking time out of your day. Davi as well. If anybody has any questions that didn't get answered or we didn't cover here, please feel free to reach out to us via Slack, through email, through our social media, or smoke signals, whatever works best for you. So thank you again, everybody. And I look forward to hearing from you guys and see you guys next time.
Thank you, guys. Have a great week, and send us feedbacks as soon as you have like more. So yeah, and stay tuned because there are like a lot of things to come.
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, feel free like to reach me out like on Slack, or send us like any feedback or any question, and happy to help.
All right, thanks guys. Till next time.